All right, Dogecoin is all over the news, so I want to take a deep dive and um, kind of see what we can find out, what the hype is all about. I do not own Dogecoin. I have never owned Dogecoin. Um, I've never planned on owning Dogecoin, but it's taken off, and I think it's worth looking into. I got some serious questions that I want to ask. I do have a very good friend of mine who has owned uh, a decent amount of Dogecoin for about 4 years now, and he's made some really nice gains. And I'll be the first to admit that there were a lot of times we had conversations um, over those few years that he talked about it going to 1 cent or 2 cents or 3 cents, and my initial reaction was, man, sell, take the money and run because this is never going to go anywhere. My thoughts on that really haven't changed, but I want to take you through a few things that I'm seeing that's giving me my thoughts because there's a lot of folks that are investing money into this, and I'm really concerned that some folks are going to get burnt pretty bad. So I'll make my case. All right, so doing a quick YouTube search for Dogecoin, some of the first things that come up. Number one, CNBC. Dogecoin's popularity soars. Robinhood and Coinbase benefit. I think that's very interesting. I'm going to come back to that. So the next one, Dogecoin spiked 400% in a week, fueling fears of a cryptocurrency bubble. Okay. Next, we've got some of the premier YouTubers that um, constantly put out content on this topic and very similar topics. So Dogecoin is out of control. What Dogecoin just did. How high can it go? Dogecoin to $1. Dogecoin destroying all-time highs. And then you've got several that's got Elon Musk on the thumbnail, which, we know that he's been in the news and he's got a lot to do with a lot of the hype that's behind Dogecoin. But let's take a real quick look into, where did Dogecoin come from? So Dogecoin's creator explains how the parity currency turned into a billion-dollar movement, and this is from the Business Insider. It kind of talks about the origin story, and we can see here, 2013, Billy Marcus and Jackson Palmer got together. I think originally one of these was the actual creator made a tweet just in jest, and some of his friends encouraged him to get the project going, and the other one jumped in. I don't keep up with who was who. Um, to me, that's neither here nor there. But the point is, Dogecoin was made as a parody. Okay, it's famously known as a meme coin. Okay, no big deal. Um, again, my buddy invested. I think it was 0.0005 cents when he purchased in, and a lot of other people did too. So to each his own. I want to look at on-chain FX real quick. Looking at Dogecoin, and I might need to refresh. Let's take a look. Yeah, it's still hanging out around 35 cents. That's showing a 33% gain for the day within the last 24 hours. $46 billion market cap, and in the last 24 hours there's been $32.5 billion of volume, trading volume going on. That's a lot. Having a little bit of difficulty here loading the chart. Let's see if we can get that fixed. Here we go. So this is a 3-month chart. You can see back in late January, um, trending pretty low, 0.0091. Had a little bit of a jump in the very last few days of January. Going into February, we saw it bounce up to 7 cents and kind of ticker down from there, coming all the way up until early April, hovering around 5 to 6 cents. And then here, a few days ago, today is the 16th, got a few hours left in the day, but it just went parabolic. And this is what I really want to focus in on. So on April, let's back this up, April 12th, so 4 days ago, hovering around 7 cents. It's jumped from 7 cents up to 36.5 cents. And I think, I'm pretty sure it went up into the 40s today from talking to my friend. Again, I don't track this coin. I'm not here to bash it. I'll keep my opinions mostly tapered for this presentation. I just want to kind of dig into a few things and kind of spark some conversation. I just really think there's more to play here. So let's take a look over here. This is kind of talking about some more specifics. Okay, and this is key. So this is the profile of Dogecoin. All right. Now, here's where my red flags really, really go off. And this is where I'm worried that a lot of folks invested may not truly understand this. And let me pause here for a second. This is why I'm treading very lightly. I've watched some of those YouTube videos and I've read the comments, and I can't tell you how many times, but more than a dozen, I've seen individuals who have left comments on those videos about their investments in Dogecoin and referred to the coin as a stock. This is what concerns me. Now, I mean, we all make mistakes. We all live and we all learn, and that's part of learning finance and making investments. It's part of life in general. But I think this is much bigger than just retail investors. And we hear that term a lot, and I really cringe when I hear that term because it's almost a derogatory term in my opinion. There's so many different levels of individuals that are investing that aren't institutional, as some of these guys in these videos refer to them as the suits. A lot of those folks that are investing, are Gen X, millennials, Gen Z. So we've got teenagers, 20-year-olds, 30-year-olds, 40-year-olds. So they're all at different income levels in their life. Some of them have, years and years and even decades of work experience and make a lot of money. Some are young, just getting started. And those are the ones I'm worried about, because if they got that stimulus check and they said, hey, I've got this money to burn, and they invest, $1,000 into Dogecoin and they refer to it as a stock, they may not have done their homework to see this information we're about to talk about. So one of Bitcoin's biggest selling points is that it's deflationary, meaning that as the years go on and more of it becomes available, at a certain point, when those 21 million coins are mined, that's it. There's not going to be any more, allegedly. With Dogecoin, we know that that is not the case. It is an inflationary coin. Okay, all fine and good. It's an unlimited amount, but how soon can we get coins on a daily basis? And here is where I want to focus in on. All right, Dogecoin tokens are produced by mining blocks which reward miners a randomized quantity of coins. The randomized ranged halved every 100,000 blocks. Palmer, which was one of the creators, originally capped the Doge token supply at 100 billion Doge. Originally. But in February 2014, the cap was abolished and an unlimited amount of Doge can be created, shifting the currency from a deflationary to an inflationary supply model. So, technically, prior to February 2014, Doge truly had its most greatest worth in actuality. Now, the market cap didn't reflect that. The market cap today reflects that because the most amount of dollars have been invested by people currently. But the problem is that investment is in something that has an unlimited supply. It goes on to say that the block reward is now fixed at 10,000 Doge per block, with one block being mined every 1 minute. Now, I'm not a mathematician, but that's like 14 million Dogecoin per day. In fact, let's pull up a calculator. There's 60 minutes in a day, 60 minutes in an hour times 24 hours in a day is 1,440 minutes times 10,000 Dogecoin per minute is 14,400,000 Dogecoin every single day from here on out. And yet it's worth 35 cents or 40 cents or 9 cents. Why does this coin have any value? Other than the fact that based upon what exists at this moment and the amount of money that people have invested in have propped up that price. Now, I know Elon Musk is saying this is going to be a currency, and it could be. Look, I can't predict the future. I don't believe in it. I have a lot of trepidation about Bitcoin, and I can go on that in another video. This one is specifically for Dogecoin, and I don't want to come across as a Bitcoin hater or a cryptocurrency hater. I've followed this space for a few years now. I've been behind the scenes and I've watched. I've gone through different levels of excitement, anticipation, support, questioning, concern, and I think in general that there's still a lot of uncharted territory and a lot that we can gain, a lot we can learn, and a lot of potential. But I have a lot of questions that before I'm willing to continue to invest in this whole atmosphere, I have to have some questions answered. And right now, based upon the math, I just can't understand why people are investing in this thinking that this isn't going to be a disaster in the end. Which leads me to my final point. If you go back to that first video from CNBC, it says Dogecoin popularity soars, Robinhood and Coinbase benefit. And I don't know that that's true. I want to pop over here to Robinhood, and I don't have a Robinhood account. I do, my investing on Schwab. But apparently Dogecoin is available on Robinhood. It's showing that it's currently 35 cents. Let me refresh. Yep, still sitting around 35 cents. So here is my conspiracy theory hypothesis. This big spike that we saw, go back and find it right here, that happened a few days ago, popping from 7 cents up to 30 plus cents. Could this be institutional investing with the goal in mind of negatively impacting Robinhood as revenge for the GME, GameStop fiasco that happened? I did read an article, I don't have it queued up, earlier, that there was some tweets on Thursday night. It's currently Friday night. So apparently on Thursday night, that Robinhood had stopped trading. So it makes me wonder, because on a lot of other sites, and I'll say the legit ones, Merrill Lynch, Charles Schwab, Ameritrade, to my knowledge, and all my investments are in Schwab now, but I have dealt with Merrill Lynch in the past. But to my understanding, none of those brokerages do any cryptocurrencies. Robinhood does both equities and cryptocurrencies. So if I was a hedge fund investor that got wrecked by trying to short GameStop, and I wanted to get Robinhood back and put them in a predicament where they could not financially support an equity or a currency, this just seems like the ultimate play. And maybe I'm looking into it too deeply. Maybe it truly is just Elon pumping it up, and the whole, cryptocurrency believers, and the Dogecoin enthusiasts, the ones that have been there for years, kind of like my friend, maybe they just all truly are pumping this thing up. And, if best case scenario, if that is the case, I still don't believe that that's going to be sustainable. We can check back 6 months from now, a year from now, 2 years from now. Maybe I'm wrong, but these are my thoughts. If you hung around this long, let me know what you think in the comments. Do you think that there's more going on behind the scenes with Dogecoin, with Robinhood, and with the hedge fund investors? Let me know. Thanks for watching.